Yes, so beautiful people. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing great. The rumor reaching us right now, they said, my people, a whole lot is happening. No, a whole lot is happening. No, in fact, they said if you are not in a place and you think no, nothing is happening, everything is fine because you don't hear much. Not until you start to hear things that you begin to wonder that could these things be true. Now what happened? They said that Olori Oloris, yes, Oloris are kind of, there's a particular company. Okay, here's the story. There's a particular company when Queen Naomi was in the palace. When this company newly came in, it was in fact it was Queen Naomi influence that brought them to Ile Ife. Yes, they said it was Queen Naomi that actually brought them to Ile Ife, and of course, ever since they got to Ile Ife, they were doing so well, like they are doing so well, even up till today. So because of that now, they decide to make Queen Naomi the brand ambassador, okay, to their product because initially they were like, Ile-Ife, what is in Ile-Ife? In Lagos, we are okay in Lagos. And in fact, they never intended, getting a branch in Ile-Ife. But it was Queen Naomi, persistence that made them to just like reluctantly, they decide to come down to Ile-Ife. But today, in fact, they said what this company is generating, they are even like surprised that they could generate that kind of, they could generate much. So that was how they now make Queen Naomi the brand ambassador because if not for her, they wouldn't have, considered coming down to Ile-Ife. So ever since that time, they have a particular amount that they give. You can't be a brand ambassador to a brand, and at the end of the day, you are not being taken care of. In fact, they said they take care of Queen Naomi so well. Even up till today, they are still there taking care of Queen Naomi. But when Queen Naomi left the palace, okay, to them, there is a way they said they just did the thing. They do it as if it's a budget for the queen, okay? Yes, a budget for the queen, yearly budget for the queen. But within them, they know what was actually how it all happened. How it all happened, yeah. So it was now how Queen Naomi was running it. They were doing their thing, not until Queen Naomi left. Even when Queen Naomi left, at some point they said they were like trying to maybe change their mind, not to continue with Queen Naomi or stuff like that. But they, had a meeting among themselves and they were like, it can't be so that if not for Queen Naomi, we will not be here today. And what we are generating right here in ile is something like, it's a whole lot. So if we now want to say because she's no longer in the palace, we'll now say no, we'll not give her what we used to give her. It will not be fair to her because this one is just like her personal business. Yes, it has nothing whatsoever to do with the palace, even though she's no longer in the palace. They say Abi, so they have a rethink and they were like, no problem. And so they have to call Queen Naomi to say, okay, since the name, the way they did the thing before, it was like a budget for the queen. Okay, they said now that we are not in the palace, we need to redo it so that to avoid future, occurrence or whatever, because the budget was like directly to the palace or stuff like that. So by people, that was how they now call Queen Naomi when she left. They like asked her how she wanted to be. Should they change the name? Or she said, well, if they want to, that they can actually change it just because definitely other queens will come. Because left to her, she's not thinking of coming back anytime soon. So that is the reason why they like, okay, maybe they should change it from the palace to, the queen. They now ask her how are they going to relate it. They just stop. It's just an endorsement for Queen Naomi now, something like that. They said, okay. So they just changed everything. And that was how they have been running it. And they said what they give to Queen Naomi yearly is not a small thing. They gave her so many things, the products, the money, like they took care of everything. Like they are just there for her. So now the company has grown so big in Ile Ife, like it has become the talk of town in Ile Ife. You are welcome back again to my channel. Nice meeting you here once again. It is my pleasure to have you here. If you have been watching, you have not subscribed, subscription is free. All you need to do is just to tap on that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, so whenever I drop my videos, you get notified, and also share so that others will learn one or two. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Come down in the comment section and drop your opinion, what you feel about this very gist. And don't forget that all these are all alleged speculated stories. They are not for sound information. So my beautiful people, they said the matter and no be small thing. So at the end of the day, they said, Queen Naomi maintained that standard, and Queen Naomi left finally from left Ile-Ife. And the company has grown so big, though they used to come to the palace to come and pay homage. Sometimes they give Kabiyesi a whole lot of things and all that. Like, it has grown to become one of the biggest company in Ile-Ife. And now, Oloris were not there when these things were happening. It was only Ebony that was around when Queen Naomi was getting all those things. So they say it's like Ebony, like, no, they said it wasn't Ebony that initiated this whole thing, because she understood how these people came to Ile-Ife. She knew the story. So now, when this Oloris came, so along the line, they'll be seeing how other companies are coming, reaching out to them, doing all those kind of things. So at some point, these Oloris were like, wait, this big company like this, how come they are not even seeing us? What happened? They're supposed to pay homage to the queens now. Wait till they go on. Wait till they happen. That was when Ebony now narrated the story. They were like, Abana, Queen Naomi is no longer here. So therefore, they are supposed to continue giving us something. Like, they are supposed to continue seeing us. That kind of a thing. That was how they said. The Igbi was like, if na that one, no, na leave her to me. She no dey here, she no dey here again. If she like, make she be say na she carry the company come. We no wan know that one. How many years now? At least she don enjoy her own time now. Abba, now we dey here, and they are still here with us. So we have to just do something so that they too, they go come, they pay homage to us. No be only others will come, they say, queens, mona hold this one, those kind of thing. That was how they said Oloris, Ebony, Igbi was like that they should leave everything to her, that she will have to visit the company and have a discussion with them. And they were like, okay. So that was how they said Igbi went to, and she actually went there, they welcome her and everything. So when they now took her to the office, she was just like, what happened? We have not been seeing you people. What is going on? At least the queens are supposed to be seeing your hands and all that. They said, yes, it's supposed to be so, but they are sorry that they had that the person that actually brought them to Ile-Ife, they are still with her. They are still, she's still their brand ambassador, and she's still actually, representing the company. And she wants to just behave as if she didn't know that it was Queen Naomi. She was like, who is that person? They said, it's Queen Naomi, of course. They said, oh, Queen Naomi, but she's no longer in Ile-Ife. She's not here. So that she's here to represent the palace, like they are the present Olori. So they say, that's not how it's been run, that they have to, that normally it's supposed to be queens that are supposed to be represented, because in Ile-Ife as a whole, they are the number one. So if they are representing them, definitely because of them, people want to come and patronize them. But the fact is, they have established they have their own, they have established that customer relation that they are not when they newly came, it was like a bit, but now it has become like a household brand. So they are no longer in that kind of situation whereby they will have to do all those things. They say, no, that now that they are here, they have to just do something, that they have to just, that Queen Naomi is no longer here, so they have to deal with the palace, because whether they like it or not, the palace still have, a whole lot to do. Okay, they were like, no problem, that for now it is what it is, that they will have to think about it and they will get back to them. That was how they say Igbi left the place. So when she left the company, they had the meeting and they were like, Kosheshi, let us leave it the way it is. What are these women looking for now? They should let us be. We already have our own brand ambassador, and Queen Naomi is still representing, and she's still working even though she's not in the palace, but she's still working. People are still coming, through her referee and all that. No, 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 that they cannot do that. That just don't mind that Olori. They just want us to give them something that later they will just find something and give to them. Let them just leave them alone. My people, that was what they said though. But along the line, my people, so along the line, they said they now changed the MD. The old MD left, they now brought the new MD. Now that they brought new MD, as a new MD, now body could deep. Now that kind of a thing. You want chop, you want, because the other MD don't do, you don't go. This new one, now they say, but if they do see Olori just took advantage of it. They now went and had a kind of a discussion with that one. And now, how it works, that if he's able to, if he can convince other board members and they're able to put their name and remove Queen Naomi's name, that of course he too will be getting his own, something. They'll be getting something from there. That Queen Naomi is not here, that they are the one here now. She said, the MD said no problem, that he will have to work on it. And when they had this agreement, they said one of the junior staff, like a secretary, actually overheard the whole discussion, and it was like, forget this one, what happened? That was how they say this lady quickly reached out to Queen Naomi. My correct people, how now see this matter? Hey, now they say Queen Naomi no dey palace, they want take over waiting Queen Naomi, the work when Queen Naomi dey do as a brand ambassador, because she's no longer in the palace, so therefore she's not representing, that they are the one representing. They want to take over from where Queen Naomi they do am. They want Queen Naomi to stop for them to take over. But let's watch and see if that will work out for them. My correct people, this is what I came across on the street of social media, and I said I must come and relate with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for standing by. Love you all. I appreciate you. God bless you. Till I come your way again. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.